Hey, I'm Craig Collins from the What the Warehouse show. I want to talk about the recording and measurement of performance in the warehouse using a WMS system or any other system. But predominantly, what these systems do is they record every single transaction, every activity that an employee does. Now, what that means is that we can start producing KPIs or key performance indicators, and we can measure the performance of the operators. So the questions that I'm posing are, do we want to do this? What we've seen often is that if you incentivize pick performance, you see a decrease in the quality of the product going out. And the reason is because guys are rushing through the pick and they're not handling the product really well. And that's because they're incentivized on pick performance. So what we want to do is be careful of creating measurements and creating incentives that disincentivize other things like quality. The other thing that we do is we link these transactions to timestamps. And that means that you can then go to your video system, to your camera system, and you can go and take a look at who did what. So I could say, customer says they've got a problem with an order. Well, go and look at when the order was picked, by whom, take a look at the cameras in that specific time period, and you can then go and see whether the person needs disciplinary action or not. And then a final thought is, in a smaller warehouse, where you don't only have, for example, 20 pickers all picking orders and you can measure pickers only. Everyone does everything. So you want to measure all the different transactions in the warehouse, whether someone did a move, whether they did a replenish, whether they received and put away stock, or whether they picked stock. And that means that you have different time spans for these different transactions. So for example, a replenish takes longer than a pick because it's a double location visit. Now, one of the thoughts is, at a reporting level, do we incentivize and weight the different transactions so we get an overall performance metric of an operator in the warehouse, and then tie their remuneration or their bonuses to an overall performance metric? So there's some great thoughts around this, and we're playing around with some reports, but the opportunity to do this type of stuff only comes when we're using technology to record the transactions in the warehouse. So that's the thoughts that I have for today.